Your radio show. I'm gonna react to 50 Cent versus Jimmy Henchman. Hip hop most deadliest war. Alright.
Chris Lighty, Jimmy Henchman.
Yeah.
What did Jimmy Henchman do?
You said
Move
that.
on the same block as Chris Lighty. Who did Chris Lighty have? LL, Diddy, Free, 50, Buster. He ran the tunnel at 18. Who did Henchman want to be? Chris Lighty. Who was we down with? Chris Lighty. Beef is inherited. Stop playing.
50 Cent the rapper, he'll be known as 50 Cent the rapper, and 50 Cent the street legend will be known as 50 Cent the street legend. There's no comparison. To me, that's a great honor to know that I knew that person who influenced that. I'm not living the fantasy of the music business.
Well, don't give me no pass, man. I don't deserve passes. I'm f***ed up. You should do something to me. You understand what I'm saying? Send mixed messages, you know. But now that I got your address, if we go there, we'll be on your doorstep.
50 Cent and Jimmy Henchman have a beef that runs deep. So deep that one of 50 Cent's friends got his life taken over this beef, and 50 Cent himself was nearly killed. James Roseman, otherwise known as Jimmy Henchman, was a notoriously known gangster in the city of New York. He had heavy links with 50 Cent's mentor growing up, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. But at first, 50 really didn't have any issues with Jimmy at the time. After 50 Cent blew up in 2003 with his Get Rich or Die Trying record, Dr.
50 was high at that time.
Dre signed a rapper by the name of The Game. Eventually, Dre asked 50 if Game could be in G-Unit, seeing as they had New York on lock, they had Young Buck with the South, so 50 figured if he added Game into G-Unit, they would have a new West Coast artist. The deal was inked and The Game officially became a member of G-Unit, but The Game's manager at the time was Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy had jealousy and resentment towards 50, especially after 50 blew up. In the months leading to The Game's debut album, The Documentary, 50 believes that Jimmy Henchman was actually getting in The Game's ear, telling him if he beefs with 50 Cent, he could become bigger than 50. Henchman stated in an interview that the whole plan was for The Game to surpass 50 Cent and be bigger than him.
But that never happened. Game wasn't bigger than 50 Cent and not as successful as 50 Cent. Game could rap, I ain't gonna lie. Game could rap and all that shit. He is a valid artist. Don't get fucked up, but he wasn't like he don't like sell like records as 50. You are like, you know what I mean? Like,
one of the other reasons that Jimmy disliked 50 was that 50 Cent was close friends with music executive Chris Lighty. According to Tony Yayo in an interview with DJ Vlad, Jimmy was also heavily jealous towards Chris Lighty, and 50 Cent being Lighty's friend was another reason Jimmy disliked 50 Cent. The Game and 50 beef officially started in February 2005. The Game would eventually start the GU Not campaign at Summer Jam 2005.
But I ain't no motherfucking punk, and I ain't nobody's soldier, and I don't follow suit like J.O. and Space. I'm a real, and that's why they kick me out the group, and I still don't give a you can be mad at me, man. I'm a real, and I'm always gonna be the real. Documentary and stores, 4 times platinum worldwide. Y'all heard me do it, so make some motherfucking noise, man. Don't hate me, I ain't the motherfucking bad guy, man. And it's still 50. Now play my
and The Game was wildin' during this time, bro. The Game was wildin', bro.
50 Cent barely responded to The Game, but on October 1st, 2005, the G-Unit Radio 14 Back to Business mixtape was released, and on the song Emotional, 50 Cent airs his feelings about the whole GU Not campaign. He also commented on The Game's new appearance, saying that Jimmy Henchman was basically telling The Game to do all of this.
Hey man, that's Jimmy, man. See, that's why I don't like the old school niggas, man. Now you know Jimmy told him to do that. Go out there and say, she do not, you know? Well, Jimmy, why you don't tell him how you gonna pay his bills then?
The beef between 50 Cent, G-Unit, and Jimmy Henchman was officially started after this. Jimmy kept telling Game to go after 50 Cent, so that's exactly what the Game did. He released multiple mixtapes and diss tracks dissing 50 throughout the remainder of 2005 and 2006. In 2006,
Oh, y'all remember that one song Game did? Like, he did the They on the balls like diss track towards 50 and G Unit. Nah, that song was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That song is fire. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Just straight violent G Unit, bro.
50 Cent would finally respond to the Game with the song I'm Not Rich, I'm Still Lying. On this song, 50 takes shots at the Game, but he also takes shots at Jimmy Henchman.
Oh man, I hope it does well. You trying
And this song was fire too.
to be funny? D-Mac cut all my money, and Jimmy robbing me. They listening probably.
After that, on July 5th, 2006, the G-Unit Radio 21 Hate It or Love It mixed
Oh my God! Why are you shaking your nalgas for the whole world to see?
I'm connecting with other women who have daddy issues.
Oh, I'm sure.
tape was released. And this mixtape was dedicated to dissing the Game. As you see on the cover, 50 Cent had Game's head photoshopped on a male stripper, basically spreading rumors that before rapping, the Game was a male stripper.
Put your cheeks together for my mother Hurricane Game.
Yo.
From the coma 2001. Yeah. Hate it or love it. I'm on top.
Yeah, it's my summer. Go ahead, say something. I want you to say something, so I can smack the black off you, nigga. I spit in your face.
Yo.
After that,
Yo, 50, you violated, bro.
beef was ignited once again with the multiple diss tracks from both 50 Cent and the Game. In 2007, something would turn this beef into a life or death war. In March 2007, Jimmy Henchman's son was heading into the building where his father's office was. Tony Yayo and associate Lodi Mack happened to run into Jimmy's son. They confronted his 14-year-old son, and Tony Yayo actually slapped his son in the face. And his
Nah, slapping somebody's kid, that's so deep, bro. Like, that shit was wrong, bro. That shit was wrong.
friend Lodi Mack flashed a gun at him, threatening his life.
That's crazy.
Henchman's son eventually told his father about this after entering the building. This was all caught on camera, so eventually Tony Yayo was arrested and charged for this. The charge was dismissed for Yayo. Lodi Mack took the rap for Tony Yayo, saying he was the one who smacked his son, where he would be sentenced to 2 years in prison. Just a couple weeks after his release, he was shot dead in New York. This was the result of Jimmy Henchman putting a hit out on Lodi Mack to have him killed. According to Tony Yayo, the man who killed Lodi Mack was actually his cellmate in prison.
Because your man did a year and then got killed when he came out.
Yeah, the actual hitman it's all documented. Like, you could look it up, so I don't want to seem like I'm dry snitching. It's like, if you read Jimmy Henchman case, all this is documented. But the hitman was actually in jail with my friend. So he befriended him in jail. And then when he got home, that's the same hitman that was his friend in jail. It was the actual hitman. All the dudes
But
that...
how fucked up is that?
I mean, it just tells you, you know,
How
anybody
fucked up
will
it is.
do anything for the money, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I had money on my head plenty of times. Like, when I was locked up on the island, I heard money on my head. I had so-called money on my head in the street, you know what I'm saying? You know, 50 so-called had money on his head. Everybody is just a part of, you know, fucking with 50 Cent and being a part of G-Unit, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You live and you learn. That's why when I see these rap beefs, I know how serious it can get.
This was just the beginning of what Jimmy Henchman was doing to Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. The first time Jimmy tried killing 50 Cent was when he was driving down Manhattan's West Side Highway when he took his hand off the wheel to retrieve his gun. When he was passing 50 Cent's building, he was ready to shoot at it, but he stopped after spotting police behind him. After that failed attempt, Jimmy actually came up with the plan to blow up 50 Cent's bulletproof van. Knowing the cars were bulletproof, he
Yo, this nigga is crazy, bro. He wildin'. This nigga Jimmy Henchman wildin'.
actually tried blowing it up to kill 50 Cent. Jimmy continued his attempts at Yayo and 50's lives when he did a drive-by
He really
shooting on
tryna-
Tony
he
Yayo's
really
mom's
want
house
50 gone,
with a
bro.
silenced pistol. His final attempt was when he spotted Tony Yayo's Bentley parked, so he drove by and unloaded bullets into the car. But luckily for Yayo, he was actually sitting inside the bulletproof van that was parked behind the Bentley.
You know, my issue was really more with Jimmy Henchman. And then, you know, as we leaving, I left the Apollo. I'm around the corner. My Bentley got shot up, but luckily I was in my bulletproof truck behind the Bentley. So we all on our phones, not paying attention, and some dude with a hoodie came by and like squeezed like probably 4 or 5 bullets into the Bentley. I didn't report it to the police. I took it home, got a boom boom job, 20,000, got the door fixed. Cause you know, once your car gets shot up, it's confiscated. It's police evidence. You might not never get it back.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know
As
that
much
too?
shootouts as G-Unit been in, we know the law,
Yeah.
you know everything.
Yeah, for real.
And you know, when my mom's crib got shot up, that's why when you see these rap beefs and you
Before Cameron was even born, doctors discovered bleeding in her brain. Her wish to have a sensory plate.
see a lot of media amping this shit up.
After all this happened, 50 Cent knew that Jimmy Henchman's goons lived in Atlanta. So 50 Cent found one of their addresses and left threatening phone calls to them and had goons leave a dead rat in front of his door. He mentions this on the song Get the Message on the War Angel LP mixtape, where he was going at Preem and Jimmy on this song.
Wow.
Left a message by your door, you got a grown 44. Get the message, come out and get the message. Tell my little niggas fuck break, and any motherfucker down with them to suck me. I'm still mad.
In June 2010, Jimmy Henchman was arrested on charges of cocaine trafficking, money laundering, and witness tampering. His trial date was in May of 2012, but shortly after his trial in June 2012, Henchman was charged with 4 crimes in connection with the death of Lodi Mack. He was charged with murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder. Jimmy was seeking for plea bargains to snitch on people to downsize his sentence. On May 22nd, 2012, 50 Cent dropped a mixtape called The Lost Tape, and on the song Complicated, he took shots at Jimmy Henchman and his murder trial. Also mentions him being a rat for snitching to lessen his sentence.
Fuck Bill poppin' that strap, I pop that. Watch the henchman trial, see a rat on our raid.
After that, 50 Cent would release his album Animal Ambition on June 3rd, 2014. And on the song Hold On, he references the situation where Tony Yayo smacked Jimmy Henchman's son. Jimmy then responded to this diss saying that he didn't snitch and that 50 Cent was actually going to testify on him. 50 Cent continued on Instagram posting a picture of Jimmy's paperwork with the caption, Old Gangsta Jimmy, shake my head, LMAO. Washed up. Hashtag Jimmy Snitchman. Eventually, on November 29, 2017, Jimmy Henchman was convicted. 50 would continue clowning Jimmy on Instagram until Jimmy recorded his reaction to getting 2 life sentences, in which 50 Cent responded to this.
Man, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to the masses for letting these sucker
He's in the cell while recording this?
ass catch me out there like that. I talk about suckers, I'm talking about those who perpetrated to be either my friend, who were wearing wiretaps, who got on the stand and lied. Man, I want to apologize to those that I let down for letting some suckers play me. And I just want you to know, man, that I didn't know. I just didn't know that these dudes was that jealous. That jealousy would allow them or make them do the things that they did. And it's almost like a sucker killed me, man. It's like I let a sucker come down on me, man, and beat me up and kill me, man. And this is the same feeling. It's almost like it's parallel together. And so I want to apologize to all those who have lost their life, dedicated their life to the game. I want to apologize to you for what I allowed to happen to me. I'm very sorry. Trust you me.
Brian McLeod to kill Llewellyn Fletcher.
50 reacting to the
One of the
shit.
things that I did ask Brian McLeod to do was I asked him to bring Fletcher or Yayo to me. So took it upon himself and he killed Llewellyn Fletcher. So here's the most important thing out of this whole thing. I'm not the murderer here. The murderer in this whole situation is home. All he had to do was point the finger at me
50's
and
reacting to it
he
just
went home. And
hype
I'm in
and
jail
shit.
for life when I never hired him to kill anyone. So Jimmy the Ray. I'm glad that it was overturned. I'm happy. It's
50 do
hopefully
not care,
that,
bro.
I won't have to go back to trial. But
As it stands,
He's
Jimmy
petty.
Henchman is currently behind bars for the rest of his life, while 50 Cent lived to tell the tale.
Okay, yeah, that's the vid. Yeah, 50 is wildin', bro. This beef is, damn, this beef is wild, bro. Niggas trying to kill each other and shit, man. But yeah, what's your thoughts, man? Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. We're really checking out you are.